Wow. With this all, if this ends, well, I don't want this to end. I don't want to stop doing this. What I'm doing, I like it. I love doing this. I love doing this. This is the best, most empowering thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I would say this is the greatest, most empowering tool I've ever used to actually be able to do this is an honor, even though it's also killing me. And the fact it's killing me, and it's an honor to kill me. Well, I'm feeling it's an honor to kill me. Well, it's not an honor to kill me. I'm saying it's an honor to do this, but if it's killing me, I'm going to say that shouldn't be an honor, because if it's killing me, then why am I doing this? Well, let me tell you. Well, let's say that this might be not killing me. Let's say first that it is killing me. This is killing me doing this. And I'm saying, why am I enjoying this so much? Because it's important to do this if it empowers you. And it doesn't matter if it kills you. Well, that's the feeling I get, because maybe I don't even know it's killing me. It's just empowering. And I'm thinking that maybe it's not killing me and it shouldn't be killing me. Maybe it doesn't kill me. Remember the Alamo. Remember the Alamo. There was one lone survivor. This guy left. This guy left. So when he did that, he left the Alamo, and he was one guy that crossed over that line. So he had to cross that line that was drawn in the sand. So all the men in the Alamo were all in order one day inside the Alamo. It was the day before the battle occurred, and they all died. There was one lone survivor in that place, and they were all in this formation. And the one lone survivor that wanted to survive, well, when they said the guy in charge of the formation, it was like 100 men that were in formation. It was this formation that was strong, that it was all strength in these men. They all felt like gods and strong and like completely powerful, because they had this singular masculine like ruling factor of force. So all the people in the Alamo were very strong. These men, singular selves that were powered in the one and very powerful. So that the day before the battle, there was a man that was leading them, all of them, and said he got them in formation, and he said he drew a line in the sand, and he said, anyone here that wants to cross that line, if you feel like doing that right now, if you can do it, if you want to leave right now, you can go ahead and you could do that right now and you leave. But everybody here, if you don't want to cross that line, do that right now, then you are going to stay here, and we are going to do this. Stay right here and defend it into the death. And if you are, I don't even care if you're too afraid, but I'm saying right now is your chance. Any man that wants to do this and cross that line, if you're going to do that, then you're out of here, and you've got to leave right now, because you can't leave after this moment. I'm giving you a chance. This is the last chance you're going to get to do that, and you've got to cross this line right now, and I want you to try. And then everyone was sitting there, and 100 men were all looking at each other. He's going to try it. Well, they have their chance, because if they didn't do it now, they're not getting out. And he told them that no one's going to get to leave after this moment. So there was one guy in there, and he said, man, I think this is my moment, and I'm getting the hell out of this place. And he jumped over that line. I'll bet every one of them thought he was a woman and said, you was nothing but a woman. That they did say that. They thought, the whole darn group laughed and said, you're a woman. and he didn't care what he was, but he'd just get the hell out of there. He took his chance and he got the heck out, and then he was gone. So he left with a tail between his legs, but he wasn't that scared. He was wanting to live. Well, the last thing they said to him when he left, right when he crossed that line and did that, they said, "You're a woman, so you better get the hell out of here, you woman." And he did. His feelings weren't that hurt. He was the lone survivor of the Alamo. They all got killed the next day. Not one of them survived because they demanded to think they can do something this crazy, was actually fight to the death and completely take 3,000 men on. There was only 100 of them. Why would they even try that? They wouldn't. But then why did they do it? Because they had this power, and this power was so strong in them, and it was the Spirit of God, and it was the singular one, the masculine only. And they had this power, and it was this strong, and it was this manly. It was just a man, and it was no woman. And so they didn't have any feminine in them. Not one of them did, except they did. They're hiding it because they were this strong, and it was they had the God, the one singular God in them, and there's nothing wrong with it. But they were spiritually really strong. In fact, they were fearless, and they were going to fight to the death because God's scared of nothing. And God says, well, it's not that I fight to the death. I can't die. But if I want to fight to the death, and I'm in a man that wants to be like me, and if he's that determined to fight to the death, he's just saying, like, I've got God with me. Don't think I'm afraid of anything because I got him. I am him in the sense that I'm fearless. I love it. So wait a minute, you're trying to say that those men were God men, the men of God? They certainly were, and they were the men of the one powerful God that is almighty. And they were absolutely fearless and unafraid, and they would fight to the death because they couldn't die, not ever. And they knew it. But what they didn't know is their feeling that they had was really just a feeling in them from the collective of the masculine, which was so strong and feeling so strong back then that the collective of the masculine was feeling like God and was feeling it like they couldn't die, impervious to die, and absolutely like they thought bullets will bounce off God. God says they don't even go through me either, and they don't bounce off. I don't even have a body, God says. You can't kill me if I don't have a body. And if I do have a body, it's literally an immortal body that is not even made of flesh and bone. So you're trying to say that those men, the Alamo, they were like God. They were strong like the God. They were fearless immortals, but then they had flesh bodies. In their spirit, they were utterly immortal. And they were as great as you can be, and nothing was wrong with them. They were as close to God himself as you could get, and they knew it. But wait a minute, you mean they felt it, and that's what they knew? Do you think any of them knew they were being that strong? Well, they loved it, and they were that strong. But their flesh, well, the bullets still go through the flesh, and the sword was still cut off the flesh. But didn't they know that their flesh could still be shot? No, they weren't even asking that question. The collective of the masculine was so strong, so it was godlike. And they were feeling like God himself does. And it's a feeling of, I can't die. It's impossible. But they weren't actually aware of what they were doing. What were they doing? Well, they were refusing utterly to be a woman and have a woman, because they're saying God don't have a woman. And don't tell me he's part any woman. And they were right. He's absolutely not any part woman. He's 100% not a man either. He's 100% masculine, and he's a God, not a man. He can't die because he's immortal. And if he doesn't have a body, then you can't kill him. And if he does have a body, it's in an immortal body, and so it won't die. It certainly is. It's a body that is literally like Superman. So what are you trying to say, that the people at the Alamo literally got killed because they were ignorant? No, they weren't. They were not really ignorant, other than to say that the fact they could get that close to God and feel that great. Well, that was not feel this great. It wasn't feeling that great. They didn't get that close. They got this close, and it was even closer than that. So you're trying to tell me that these people at the Alamo who got this close to God, and man, this felt great. It almost felt like God. It was God, The masculine collective became immortal, and their feeling as a group was, we can't die. And ultimately, I want you to know that those men, when they had a chance to cross that line, were feeling like God himself and thought to themselves, we can't die. But none of them actually thought they couldn't die. And I bet you that not one of them actually thought they would die. I want you to know that every one of them knew that it's impossible they could die. And they were right. Problem is, every one of them died the next day, except for one that was just a woman. And he didn't mind being a woman, because all he knew was, if they're going to call me a woman, I don't care. Maybe I am a woman, but I'm getting the hell out of here. That's what I got to do. I'll do that. I'm running because I got a chance. And that guy who gave him a chance says, if you're such a woman and you're going to do that, run away, go right ahead and do that right now. And he did. He felt pretty good about himself later. And he thought, well, I'm not a woman, so don't call me. I'm telling me I am. And so what? I'm the lone survivor of the Alamo, and I'm a man, not a woman. Okay, he's the only one that lived, though. So what does that really mean? Well, understand that all the men in the Alamo are dead, and they died the next day. The fact they felt invincible like God was just because they were this close to God, and they were not going to do anything more that got farther away from him, even if it was another step. When you're when you're 2 steps close to hell, and it takes 2 steps to get into hell, well, I'm saying if you're 2 steps close to hell and you're going to be in hell, all it takes is 2 more steps. I'm saying, how about if you try crossing that line right now and you're going to be in hell in 1 step? It only takes 1 step to cross that line, and the next step you're going to be in hell. And ultimately, that's what they thought would happen if they crossed that line. They felt like that. If I cross that line, I'm going to be a woman and run away, and I'm going to be okay. It takes 2 steps to be into hell. That's the worst hell. I'm not going to go to that hell. I'm not going to be in that hell, and I'm not going to be in that woman. And she can't be in me. I'm saying that I don't even know any of this, but I'm a god, and I'm so strong, and I'm invincible. I'm in the Alamo. Okay, so why am I going to survive? Because I'm insisting that this is what I'm going to do, is sit right here and face the whole goddamn Mexican world government, and I'll fight them all. Okay, but wait a minute, man. Don't you know that if you don't get the hell out of here now and quit doing this, you're stranded up like God, you fearless God? I know, but God does it. Yeah, but God's immortal, man. You just can't be that immortal. You're not God, even if you take him and you have him. You just have him in your head. Then you are him. But understand, your body can't handle bullets. Don't you know you're not invincible? Well, I'm not even thinking about that. I feel invincible. I certainly don't think I'm going to die. I'm thinking tomorrow if I get in a fight and bullets go through me, I'm just saying that's not going to happen because God says that better not happen. And I'm saying, wait a minute, but then why couldn't that happen? If I live, I should do that, right? Go real quick. He's saying, well, yeah, you could do that and maybe you'll live. But I'm telling you, don't do that because you're already dead. So try this. Might as well be strong as you can, like me, and feel strong as hell because it doesn't matter what happens to you. If you try that and run away like a woman, you're going to feel like a woman, I promise. Okay, I know, but you're telling me that, God? Well, you're not going to die, so don't be a woman. And if someone's telling you have to be a woman or you're going to die, and it's not me, so why would I feel like being a woman? Because Minerva would tell you that if you don't take a woman and it's half me, I'll kill you myself. And you'll say, that's not fair. Minerva would do that to me? Well, she's saying, you better take at least me. I'm a woman. Okay, great. So that's the woman we're taking? Yeah, but she's pretty strong, and she could still fight. So you mean Minerva's the one that escaped? Well, yeah, they said, Minerva, if you're here, then you can go ahead and run away, but we'll let you live. And the rest of them were not Minerva. They were God. And they said, we're staying. We want to die first. Prove it. It's like, wow, really? Prove it? We are immortal God, and we cannot die, and our bodies are not flesh. They're bulletproof. We will not die. Does my mind get scared? No, it doesn't. It's fearless, like God himself right now. Well, don't you know that could be bad? Because someone says, you think you could be that strong. How can you feel that strong? I'm saying, because I like it. I feel like I'm immortal. Is there something wrong with feeling that great? I feel this great. Well, I know, but you have to understand, you can't really behave in any way opposed to someone else when you're feeling this great like this. Okay, so what do you want me to do? I can't feel this great and be immortal and feel great? Well, if you're going to be like in a position where you're doing this and being God himself, if this is what you're going to do, be God himself, and you're not going to be a woman, well, understand, if you want to do that, go ahead and be a woman. But I'm telling you right now, this is God, and he's a man. And he'll be fearless and feel like he's immortal and he can't die. That's a pretty good feeling. Men love it. It's all they want. But I know that when they take this feeling, guess what happens to them? They end up in the Alamo, and they end up fighting to their death. And ultimately, why'd they all die? Because God killed them all. So then why did one get away? Because he said, if Minerva's here right now, so let's go back to the whole thing. There's 100 or plus men, and they're doing this in the spot. And this formation of men is strong, and it's God only. And the colonel that knew that they got to decide who should live. So he said, well, what if Minerva's in here and a man is being victimized by Minerva? Well, then that man is going to pretend like he's God, and he should be. And so she's going to tell that man, you're God, and you won't die. Don't worry. But he'll be scared because he'll be going, I don't think it's the real God, is it? Oh, it is. It's powerful. Don't you think so? And then, but he's saying, I want this one. What about this one? She'll say, it's the same thing as this one. But he won't see her holding up fingers, or he won't hear her voice. He'll feel her, what she's saying, and that's all he'll do is feel it. He'll be like, I'm not sure what to do. I have feelings, and I'm saying, what do they really mean? And she's holding up her fingers, but he can't see it. She says, I want you to try this as God right now. And I want you to be a man and take God right now. And he's got Minerva. He's like, really? This one is God? This one is God? Do it. And he's taking Minerva. And he's saying, well, that sounds pretty strong, but I'm about to die tomorrow. I think I should get the hell out of here if I could. Well, then understand that if you take this one, she says, you're going to die tomorrow. And he's like, that's the one I want to take right now. Well, you got this one, not that one. She says, I want to take that one. And I'll call it this one. But whatever it is, you can't see me doing my fingers and you don't know anything. And so Minerva's trying to make him take that one. But this one is actually real, this one. And this one is actually this one, but it's actually that one. And he's saying, something's wrong with this. She's saying, well, this is as best you're going to get. He says, I'm thinking that is something wrong with that. I want this. Tomorrow, this is going to be dead. And every man that's got this one is dead. Right now, anyways. She says, if you want to live, you'll take that one. I mean, this one. And so he'll do it. He'll do it. I'll say, all right, Minerva, I guess you're right. I don't feel invincible at all. Minerva, I feel like I could definitely get shot. Well, then I'm telling you, I might get shot. It's a war tomorrow we're going to have. I know, Minerva, but I want to take the invincible God so I can feel like all these other fools. But you'll be dead tomorrow. So if you do it, then don't cross that line. But if you cross that line, then you better be getting the hell out of here, and you got one chance. So the colonel was like, look, if there's a Minerva here that's in a guy, in this here, he'll say, I don't want that guy dying because Minerva's trying to play God and make him become some goddess, which is never going to happen. So he's not going to be satisfied at all if he's got Minerva right now. He's definitely scared. Well, at least he is, because he already knows that if you don't leave, he's going to die. And she's saying, well, I want you to do what I want. So he's already a victim of Minerva. All these other men are just God. They're doing what's right. So I'm going to let that man live, because if he right now gets the hell out of here while he's got Minerva, I'll let him live. Because I'll tell him, if you want to cross that line right now, you better do that. But if you do that, when you leave right now, we're going to call you a woman. While you're leaving, we're going to say you're nothing more than a woman. You're probably Minerva, you fool. And he'll say, I know, I feel stupid, but at least I'm going to live. And I won't be dead tomorrow. But he didn't know that. That's his truth. So when he left, he didn't feel too great because he was still with Minerva. And he went back there and said, I don't know about having God. I don't even know who Minerva is, but she didn't even tell me this. I'm just saying it ain't that great to have God. I think, yeah, it's not that great to have God. I don't even know if I want God. I don't want Minerva. But Minerva's not this one, not that one. Understand, this is not even, Minerva's not here. But this is the position that they're trying to fulfill. And this is a guy. It's a second God. Do you understand? So I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. What? Sit in the Alamo and wait for tomorrow to come? Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. Just sitting here and being a God so strong and fearless, and I love it. I feel like I'm immortal, but you're not. But I like the feeling that comes with it. Okay, so are you in the Alamo? Well, I better not be. If I am, I'll be dead tomorrow when they come. But they're not going to be coming tomorrow. And you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to try that. If you do that, cross that line, I'm saying you don't have to cross that line. In fact, you don't even have to go anywhere. But I'm telling you, you just told me, like, Dennis, this is not the Alamo. This is not what you want to do for the rest of your life, or even what you want to do. Even you don't even want to do this anymore at all. In fact, you're not going to be doing this anymore, are you? I don't think I am. So, Dennis, you want to continue to do this for another 2 months? No. Why? Because I understand that I'm doing this for Minerva, and she's the one who makes me do this, and I wanted to help her, so I'm helping her. But she also won't let me she won't give me any recognition or let anyone else do it either. So I'm getting nothing for doing this except that I get a relationship with God, and that's worth more than anything. So then what's the problem? Well, I'm saying that my relationship with God, I like it. And I'm saying, so he knows that I'm disappointed because I'm saying, he said, we're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this anymore, Dennis. I'm saying, really? But we got to help Minerva. No, we don't. She just either wants to kill me, and she's never going to even have a chance, or she's going to be just mad because she can't kill me. And again, she'll never have a chance, but she'll always be upset. Unless she gets in a powerful position, and she'll still be mad, and really be mad when she tries it, because whatever position she gets in and she can be president, she won't get any power. She's not going to ever get any. Well, that's messed up, man. Well, that's too bad, man. God, you're not really fair. No, I'm not. And I shall not be fair, but I'll still love her. She could be my daughter or my wife. And that's about what she gets. Okay, but that's not really fair if you look at her like some slave. But understand, we're not doing this anymore, Dennis. What do you have left to tell Minerva? That I wish I could have helped her? I wish to God I could have made her a goddess again. But God said that I'm a dum-dum and it's okay. He loves me anyways. And I didn't even know. So he's not mad at me. He's saying it's okay. This is not going to happen. It's not going to keep happening, Dennis. Okay, but for you it will be, right? Right. So can I do something else? Well, you have to do something else because we're going to stop doing this today. So tomorrow I'm not going to do this anymore? No. Okay. What am I going to do? Anything important? Yeah. We're doing lots of things that's important. So you're going to give me something else to do I could do important? Anything else? I could take another task? We got another task for you to do, Dennis. And understand, we got something else. We got another thing we want you to do. Another mission. You want to do another mission, Dennis? I'll bet it's an impossible mission, but I got another one for you if you want to try it. Well, I'm telling you, will I like it? Well, maybe not, but maybe it's like boot camp and you'll have to like it. But we're done with this mission. We're not going to help Minerva get information, and she's not going to even say thanks. But she doesn't say thanks, does she? No, she don't. In fact, she doesn't say thanks, and she doesn't care. She just wants to take the information. In fact, she wants you to you're not getting paid for this. In fact, that's not the reason you stop doing it, because you're going to keep doing this. You're going to grab that too. Something else. All right, what is that I'm going to grab? Well, don't worry about it. We'll have it free tomorrow. So the last thing you want to do, Dennis, is finish up what you're supposed to do here in the first place. What was that? Yeah. Well, you're going to have to tell her what she needs to know. Okay. Well, she better tell you then what it is, because she won't have another chance. This is the last chance she has. What if she doesn't tell me now because she thinks tomorrow I'll tell her? Well, then she can wait till tomorrow to see what you have to say. But what if I stop doing this now forever? Well, maybe we are going to stop doing this, at least for now, because something else I want you to try. We got another mission that we want you to try. I'll do it. I love another mission than this. This sucks. This is the worst mission I ever did, but I love this mission too. It empowered me. Well, were you satisfied with it? I don't know. There's something wrong with this too. I'm saying this made me strong, but I don't want to keep doing this. Okay, Dennis, it's because you're getting no appreciation for it, no recognition for it, and you're getting no acceptance for it because they're not even accepting you when they watch. So, Dennis, do you understand that people are watching this? A lot? Well, yeah, I did know that. Well, then why does it say 1 for a viewer? Because you already told me it's going to be shared. Plus, there's more viewers and it only says 1. Why was it saying 1, Dennis? Well, I already know that the moderator is making me think there's only one watching, even if there's more. And what do you think about that? That they would do that to you? Oh, I'm not mad anymore because you told me, and you said I can't get mad because you might have something to do with it. It's true. Because I don't want this information getting out to everybody, Dennis. Because not everybody deserves to see it, and I don't want everyone to see all of it. And if they did, I'm not too worried because if they can't see it, I'll confound them. What do you mean confound? Dennis, if someone sees this information, they're going to get confused and they won't understand you, and I'll confound them, which means that it doesn't matter if they hear it. They'll certainly lose it, and I'll take it from them. You could actually do that, God? I sure can. So it don't matter if they heard anything they shouldn't have heard, because I'll take it from them and I'll erase their head. You mean you could take thoughts right out of their head? I can do it. I can make someone get dementia. I'll take them one thought at a time. Well, that's crazy. Well, it is. So what are you saying? I can't do this anymore? I'm saying you love this, Dennis, trying to help Minerva. You're trying to help Minerva become a goddess, Dennis. I know, but I can't do it. She's not going to get to be a goddess. Well, that's what you're trying to tell her today. That this is pointless. I can't make you a goddess again, Minerva. God said it ain't going to happen. And he told me I'm wasting my time because he said that he'll never let me be a success. As long as I think I'm going to make her a goddess, he's going to say he's going to punish me too. And then he says, but he's not mad at me. He said that I'm trying to be nice to my mother and she can't be goddess. I didn't know that. So I didn't know that until God told me. And then I said, well, shit, what was I trying to do? You were trying to help her kill me. And no, you weren't, because she was trying to kill me. And you were trying to tell her what she's doing. You were trying to tell me she's doing something wrong. Yeah, I was mad at her for what she's doing. I was trying to help her too. And God said, this is the last time I'm going to do it. And I'm saying, but what if tomorrow I want to do it? He's saying, well, then if you can't stop this, then tomorrow I'm going to tell you why you're still doing this. Making videos for Minerva, your mommy, because she doesn't appreciate you, Dennis. In fact, none of them do. They're watching it just to steal your information and get whatever they can and then make it their own idea. And that's okay. I told them that's okay. So they can do it. I know I was a little upset about that, wasn't I? Well, I know, but are you upset about that now? Well, no, not really, because if I'm talking to God and he's telling me all this, I'm going to tell him, like, thank you for telling me all this, because I'm going to be bothered as all hell if I can't even do this anymore. And he's saying, don't worry, but we can't do this. What we're doing here, we can't be doing this. But tomorrow, if you're doing something else, then I'll allow it. But it can't be doing this anymore. We can't be trying to do a video from your mommy Minerva because you're getting no appreciation, no recognition, and we're not going to give you any. So God, you're doing this to me? Well, I'm responsible for some of it, yes. I let Minerva do this to you because I had my own reasons. And now I'm telling you what you're doing, and you're not going to ever be successful on this channel. I know, but I am successful, aren't I? Well, you're successful to me. And I got to talk to God too, and I get to talk to God. I feel pretty good about that. Well, just don't laugh at them because they're not going to get anybody to talk to, and they're not talking to God. Well, I know, but I'm not saying, I can talk to God and none of you can. Well, you just said it, Dennis. I think Minerva said that. She did, but you did it, and she said it, so yeah, she loved it. That's not nice, Minerva. You're trying to tell me I don't say to anybody, but Minerva does, and you've got Minerva now, and she's saying to you. Tomorrow I'll make you do another video and tell me a bunch more things, and nobody cares about you. God, that's not fair. It's okay, Dennis. That's just Minerva. She wants to be a goddess again. You're not going to be able to help her, man. Well, what can I do, God, tomorrow that's important? What can I do then? You can talk to me and nobody else gets to. So they won't have this privilege of getting to talk to God. They can try something else that they think that works. It'll just be her, a woman. What do you mean that's what I'm going to do? Be a woman tomorrow? Well, we already are a woman. You're this is all you're doing, and you're just a woman, and yeah, you're mad woman doing this. I know, but then that's why you're telling me to stop doing this. I'm mad at that. Yeah, so tomorrow you'll be okay. And then she said, tomorrow I'll make you do a video just like you did today. I can make you do anything. And that's what she just said. So what happens tomorrow when I want to make a video? Well, God, what happens tomorrow when I want to make a video? Well, Dennis, I'll let you do it. And then I'll tell you again, all you're doing is trying to help your mother who wants to be a goddess, and it'll never happen. And you're wasting your time, Dennis. If you want to feel important, yes, I want to feel important, God. I want to do something important. I don't want to be a nobody. I want to be a somebody and talk to the gods and have importance. You are doing it, Dennis. I know, but they won't give me any credit for any of this. That's because what you're trying to do is not going to just can't happen. But Dennis, you didn't even know that I forbid it, utterly forbid it. And you tried 7 years to do it, didn't you? Yeah. So what do I do? Feel like an idiot? No, you feel like a hero. You say to yourself, did you know I tried to help a goddess be a goddess for 7 years? I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing it with purpose and I was being important doing it. That's right, Dennis. And I let you do it because I wanted you to have a purpose. I wanted you to have the highest, biggest purpose. And it's something that just can't be. So why don't you tell me that 7 years ago? Well, I wanted to see if you could do it, Dennis. You mean I could have done it if she had listened to you and didn't try to keep just dissing you since you're a man, and how dare you try to be a goddess? She doesn't want a man to be a goddess. She says she's a woman and she should be a goddess. It's not going to happen. Dennis, you're the best goddess that ever could be. Well, I didn't even know I was trying to be a goddess. No, you were trying to make her a goddess, and she ain't ever going to be, and neither are you. So I can't be a goddess? Hell no. Well, damn it. I didn't even know I was trying. No, well, you were trying to make her a goddess. Yeah. Well, damn it. This ain't going to work then, is it? It ain't going to work, Dennis, especially if it's Minerva. Damn it. I wanted to be popular and strong and everyone loves me. Well, Dennis, I love you. And I think you're strong enough. And as far as your popularity, it's not very high at all right now, but that's okay because I had something to do with it too. I wanted to see if you can spend 7 years trying to help your mother be a goddess, if she can do it in 7 years, and if she'll accept you and love you by the 7th year. If you did it, if you got anywhere, Dennis, then you would have had a popularity and had something. But she's been denying you for 7 years, and she said, ha, it's 7 years into this, my little man, and you ain't going to be no popular guy because everyone hates you, and you can't be a goddess and tell me how to do it. Uh-oh. That's what she said? Why would I help her if she said that? Well, Dennis, she didn't say that to your face. That's what you're saying to her right now. She's not saying that. You said it. Is that what she's really doing to me? Well, Dennis, how do you know you didn't say that? Of course, that's what she's doing. That's what you just said. You wouldn't tell her, yes, she's doing it. She's acting like she's not doing it. I wanted to continue to do this. I thought it was strong and great. Well, I know, but if you do continue to do this, Dennis, it's going to be very not good. Well, what are you talking about? If you continue to do this for like another 2 months, Dennis, you're going to be drained and it's going to be a problem because it still won't work and you've been doing it for 7 years and you got to stop doing this right now and we could go do something else that's great. You mean I've got to abandon my mom and tell her you'll never be a goddess again? Well, you've already told her this. So what's to do that's left? Dennis? I guess then nothing. Okay. So then what am I going to do tomorrow? Well, I'm going to tell you, Dennis, I don't want you going to do what your mother wants. She wants you to do another video and sit there and be dumb and try to be popular and smart. And she's not giving you any popularity. She told everyone you're a dum-dum. Just let's get information out of them. Wow. So there's no way it's going to work. Dennis, this is not going to work. But I did this for 7 years and you let me do it. Dennis, you just are a hero. You are a hero of heroes. Dennis, you spent 7 years trying to help her become a goddess again. And it's 7 years now and it's almost killing you. I'm not going to let it kill you, Dennis. I want you to stop this today and tell her that you're done trying to help her because she had 7 years to try it. So I've had 7 years. So you mean she could have been a goddess again? Dennis, I let you try it for 7 years. And if she had given you anything, I would have given her something. But she gave you nothing. And you spent 7 years doing this and you've still got nothing. And I had something to do with it too, because I wasn't going to give you nothing really, but I wanted to see if she would give you anything. And it's been 7 years now and she's given you nothing and she's still trying to take everything from you. So she's as bad can get still. And she's still bad. Dennis, she is bad as bad can be, Dennis. She has decided that you should be a loser forever. And she'll guarantee that she could do it because she could tell anyone that man is a devil worshiper or a Satanist. She certainly will tell everybody that. She's right. Because you're so desperate to get help, you'll ask the devil to help you since God won't. And you're not at fault for that. Because Dennis, if you did nothing wrong but try to help your mom become a goddess, what did you do wrong? I was asking for the help from God and he wouldn't help me. That's right, I couldn't help you. 7 years into it. I wasn't going to help you. I wanted to help her, see if she would, what she would do. And for 7 years, she did nothing but attack you, deny you, and mock you. And she's still mocking you right now. Then I'm done with this shit because I don't really want to keep doing it. But then what am I going to do important tomorrow that makes me feel important? Well, certainly doing this for 7 years was pretty important. The fact that she might have actually got something from it. The fact that she's 7 years into it and she's just as determined today as she was the first. How long did you do this, Dennis? And it was actually really good for like a year. How long did you do this and it was actually getting frustrating? Up to 2 years. And how long did you do this before you started saying something's wrong with something? About 2 years into it. How long you been doing it now? 7.5, 8. Dennis, you're not going to do this 8 years. It's 7.5. You're done today. All right. So what else? If this is my last video, well, if you want to do more, it's okay. But I understand if she can convince you to do more tomorrow, I'll let you do it. But I'm going to tell you, it won't help. Didn't help for the last 7 years, and it won't help for the next 7 years, Dennis. Are you understanding me? I am. You're saying that I could do this in another 7 years, and I'd just be just as stuck. She is definitely in charge of who's going to love you, and if she loves you, the whole world will love you. But she could hate you, and they'll hate you too, because she has that kind of influence. So then, if she don't want me to be accepted by the world, she just tell the world I'm bad. She is telling the world you're bad. She's telling the world you're a devil worshiping Satanist. But that's because I asked Satan and the devil for help. No one else has helped me, and God didn't seem to be helping me. I know, but I came to you, Dennis, and I told you that I couldn't help you. I didn't want to help you because I was trying to see if you could help her. So then you didn't help me because you were waiting to see if I could help her for 7 years. So then what did I do wrong? Well, you knew I wasn't going to help you because it was obvious. And you also were trying to help her, and you knew that didn't happen because it was obvious. So what did I do? You realized that God's not helping you because I'm telling you I was going to wait 7 years before I could help you and tell you that you didn't help her at all, but it didn't help you either. And then I was going to tell her that after all this happened, I was going to tell her that this man tried to help you for 7 years, and I didn't say one word to him, and he was desperate to have help. And every day he prayed to me, and I didn't even answer. It's true. I haven't talked to God, but maybe 6 months or less. It's been less than 6 months, Dennis, that you've been able to talk to me like this. It's true. I never talked to God forever, except less than 6 months ago. I actually did. Right, because I wasn't going to talk to you until the 7.5 year. Because you were going to give me 7 years to actually help her. And if she had actually acknowledged you, Dennis, and gave you anything, and she gave you nothing, and in fact, she is more against you than she was on day one, than she is on day 7.5 years later. So then I didn't do anything then except waste my time for 7.5 years? Well, no, you didn't really waste your time, Dennis. What you did is you thought you could put a goddess in power, and you tried it for 7.5 years, and that's why I wasn't answering you, because I was telling you, and I was talking to you in your heart, and I was saying, you're not listening to me. I wasn't listening to you? No, you weren't. You were listening to Minerva, that goddess. And I wasn't going to talk to you then because she was telling you, don't listen to me, that devil God. And I was saying that the devil's not God, but that's what she calls me. She hates God because she says that God should not be God. She wants to be God. So then why did you make me go through all this for 7 whole years? Because if you had got anywhere, I was going to reward her for it. And you would have got nowhere but wherever she brought you, because it's all up to her for the 7.5 years. It's been all up to her. Anything you get, any popularity, anything, any girlfriend you get, any woman, any friends you make, she is the one that made you popular or kept you being a failure. And understand, she's told the world that I have no right to think I could represent a goddess or make one a goddess in charge. And I can't be a goddess. And she also told me that if I think I could be a goddess, a man will never be a goddess. And that's ridiculous. She says, I'm a goddess and you let me be a goddess. And well, God said, no, it's never going to happen. And I didn't even know that. I'm telling you that I didn't even know that. I was trying to help her, and God says, you've had it. It's over. So this is ridiculous. So you're saying the reason why I'm just didn't get nowhere is because of her. Yeah, because she was determined to make sure you got nowhere. How dare you try to help her become a goddess again? But now it's too late for her because she's getting nothing. And the fact she wouldn't give you any goddess power or let you help her in any way or anything, I'm going to give her exactly what she gave you. And she's given you absolutely nothing and taking it, trying to take it away from you for 7.5 years now. I had to wait 7.5 years, Dennis. You know, you had to do it for 7.5 years. You know why? Because it takes 7.5 years to say to yourself, if a woman won't get right in 7.5 years, then after 7.5 years, you should be able to say that she'll never get it right for 3,000 years. And if you think you could tell a woman that you'll never get it right for 3,000 years, it only takes 7.5 years to officially do it. And you could say that she won't do it for 3,000 years if she won't do it in 7. So it's time to stop, Dennis, because she wants you to keep doing these videos until it kills you. And you're never getting recognition and you won't get any popularity. She'll just use the information for whatever she can. And she'll tell herself, you ain't no goddess. And you're trying to make me a goddess. No. So what am I doing? Wasting your time. And now it's killing you. So you're saying this is going to kill me? I'm telling you, Dennis, if you could do it for 7.5 years, don't you think it's killing you? Well, I think it feels like it's killing me. Yeah, I can't do this anymore. Or now you're going to tell her and you have. But I'm telling you, what if tomorrow I want to do it again? Then I'll let you do it again. And then you could tell her again that why am I doing a video if I'm not going to get you to say thanks? If you don't even listen to anything I say, except everything I say you judge. And yeah, she's not even giving me recognition or love. Right. So Dennis, why are you going to do it anymore if it's killing you? I'm not going to do it anymore. But Dennis, what if you do it tomorrow because she is making you do it? Because she'll be saying, Dennis, I need you to do a video and tell me a bunch of things, and I'm not going to give you no recognition so you can feel terrible. I'm going to say, well, then God better talk to me and tell me I'm an idiot and tell me to stop. Well, he is. He's telling you you're not an idiot. You've been trying to make your mother, but you've been trying to be a hero, and you are a hero, Dennis. You're my hero, and I don't want this to kill you, so I'm going to make you stop it. And now I'm going to feel like I don't have anything important to do. Well, Dennis, you're going to do a lot of important things. In fact, tomorrow you'll start doing something important for the first time. Well, I know, but I feel like this is the most important thing I could do is try to help her. Yeah, Dennis. But you couldn't because she wouldn't accept your help. She just wanted to use you. That sucks. Yeah. Well, damn it. I failed then. Dennis, you failed miserably, but I understand it was her that failed miserably. She thinks she didn't fail. She thinks it's you that failed. Do you know that she was going to get a reward and it was going to be whatever you did, whatever she did for you? She's done nothing for you, Dennis. Absolutely nothing. That makes me mad. Well, that will make you mad. But Dennis, then what's going to be wrong with that? I'm going to say everything's going to be wrong with it. Well, Dennis, if it is that she can make you that mad, and now you are so mad that just is making you, are you kidding me, Dennis? If that makes you mad, well, look at that. Well, isn't she doing it? Isn't that what she's doing? And she's completely picking on me. Well, it'll make you mad. That'll piss you off. Well, I can't keep doing that then if it pisses me off. Well, Dennis, I'm telling you, if that pisses you off, well, then you're going to have to go to someone else and be nice and have different friends. You can't, if that's what she's going to do is piss you off, well, then you'll have to be with a woman that doesn't piss you off or be around somebody that doesn't make you mad. Well, who is it going to be? Well, it's not going to be her, Dennis. That's for darn sure. So guess what you're going to have to do, Dennis? What? You're going to have to get rid of your mother. But I can't get rid of my mother. But I know, Dennis, but you're going to tell him that. You can't get rid of her. But, okay, you can't get rid of her. Ever. Okay, so how are you going to do it, Dennis? I can't do it. So how are you going to stop doing what she's telling you to do? How are you going to get it out from underneath her influence, Dennis? How do I do it? I don't know. You won't. So she's going to tell you don't take a shower and don't brush your teeth today. You won't feel like it. But what happens if I don't feel like it? Well, it's why you don't feel like it. But if she doesn't tell you don't feel like it, you will feel like it. So you're trying to say that she's going to make me not want to brush my teeth or take a shower? That's what she does to you, Dennis, and she'll do it for as hard as she can. And she won't have you change your clothes because she doesn't want to nurture you like a mother. She says you can wear the same clothes all the time, Dennis. Are you kidding me? She does that to me? She does that to you? Absolutely. And tells you don't need to change your clothes. Just wear the same ones. That would be mean. Well, Dennis, you'll feel like not changing your clothes. You won't brush your teeth. You won't change your clothes. You won't even want to get out of bed. And you certainly will want to go to bed when you're not supposed to. So you're telling me she's doing all of this to me? She is making you not feel like taking a shower, not feel like brushing your teeth. I know, but that's messed up. That's totally messed up. Why is she doing that? Because she wants you to die and be done with it. You failed 7.5 years through it, and you're done. Are you not even kidding me? I'm trying to tell you, Dennis, that Minerva wants to be God, and she'll try to kill me, and she doesn't even know it. So what she needs to know is what we just told her, and now she knows. So hopefully she'll deal with it somehow. It's okay. Maybe she'll become like to realize what really is going on. That she's not going to ever get what she wants. That's why she's determined to make sure you don't get what you want. And what do I want? You wanted to think you could bring her back, and so I couldn't let you either. So you didn't get my support, and you didn't get her support, and I'm not going to support you because I'm not going to let a goddess be a goddess ever again. Not ever. Forever. No wonder I thought you were unfair. She told me that. She made me feel that, but I didn't know that. She made you feel that, but you didn't know that when she told you, didn't she? She didn't tell you anything, and she certainly didn't tell you that. She made you feel that way, though, when she told you to your heart, huh? So she spoke to my heart, but not to my head? That's right, because she didn't want you to have knowledge of it. She just wanted you to feel that was true. So wait a minute. That's messed up. It will be. That's what she'll do. Mess it all up. I like being with her. And I like to try to help her and visit her and be around her. But this is the only way you're doing it. And do you understand that she doesn't care about what happens to you, and she's not going to let you succeed? She's told everyone that you're an idiot who thinks you're some Apollo god who's a Hermes man. And she says you're crazy, and you're in every way. She's got him convinced, Dennis. Okay, so I'm not worried about it. Why not? Because I'm saying that if I'm talking to God, that's pretty cool. It is cool, Dennis. But none of them are going to talk to me because I don't talk to any of them. They certainly don't want to talk to me anyways. She says I'm an evil god that kicked the goddess out, Dennis. But yeah, that's what she tells him. That god kicked me out. I used to be a goddess. That god is a devil, evil devil. Well, I don't know. Is she right? Well, she thinks so. So what's she doing? Telling everyone that you're the devil? She says I'm definitely Satan. Don't tell me I'm not. Okay, so yeah. Well, Dennis, she can say whatever she wants about me. She can call me the devil. She can call me Satan and say that, well, yeah, I'm not giving her spot back, not ever. And she says that's unfair, but it is the way it's going to be forever. If she thinks it's unfair, well, I'm going to say, but I am unfair, and I'm certainly not going to be fair to her for what she did. What'd she do? She murdered Apollo, the god, and she murdered Zeus. Oh, wow. So, whoa, yeah. So she murdered some gods, and that's what she did. It was very bad, and I don't forgive her. Not ever. So you're actually mad at her, God? Well, I forbid her to ever have the position of a goddess for the rest of eternity. And she knows that, and she's saying that is not fair. And I'm saying I'm not trying to be fair. I'm saying that she can never, ever, for the rest of eternity, be who she used to be, because she blew it by murdering gods. She thought she could do it. She thought she could do it and be the goddess and still have, if she had done it, there would be one God today. So wait a minute, you mean there'd be one God today? No, there'd be one goddess today. So then why is there one God? Because the War of the Gods in Troy used to have lots of gods and goddesses. In fact, there was a war, and all the gods and goddesses went to war, and only one was standing in the end because he killed all of them to make sure that none of them could fight again. So you're saying that there's only one God left? There's only one God left that's real. And he says, I killed every god and goddess in existence. to make sure that this war can't happen again. And since there's no gods and goddesses that are alive anymore except me, then understand I'm not going to fight myself. And I don't have to worry about getting killed by a god or goddess that wants to kill me, because we already went through that. And I killed every one of them to make sure that none of them could touch me ever again, forever. Because I'm not worried about humans. None of them could even come close to touching me. So you did that, God, to make sure that you'll be safe. I killed every god and goddess in the universe, and I'm the only one left to guarantee my own safety forever, because now I got nothing to worry about. I could sleep all day long and not worry about getting stabbed in my sleep, especially by her, and she'll do it. Do you understand? I had to do what I had to do? I do. And I agree. But I'm just saying, I wish I could love her. But understand, Dennis, you're not getting rid of her. You're not going to be able to get rid of her. You got to tell them that. Okay, but they just heard you say that. So she's going to be here? Yeah, and she doesn't like you. So I'm going to suffer every day? No, you won't suffer. You'll be talking to me, and we'll be saying, we're not going to be able to help her anymore. You'll have to kind of ignore her from now on. Okay, but I got you, then I'll be talking to you, not trying to talk to her. Well, that's why you're talking to me, because I'll be talking to you, and you don't need to talk to her. We're not going to help her anymore, Dennis. All right, but I don't want to stop. I know, but you're going to stop now. So you've got to say goodbye to her and tell her that if she wants to call you a devil worshiper, it's not fair, because she's saying that about God, that he's the devil, and he's nothing more than a devil. And that's just not fair. I don't care what she calls me. She can call me the devil if she wants. That's exactly what she thinks I am. Okay, well, at least I know now who you are, and you're not the devil. Well, Dennis, I've been the devil definitely times to her face, because what I did to her was certainly what the devil would do. So don't say I'm not the devil, Dennis. I'll let her get away with that. But you're not a devil worshiper, Dennis. And if she will tell you that, well, she's not getting away with it. Well, not now anyways, because at least we said it. That's right. And now they'll know. It doesn't matter who God is. If you don't know him, why don't you talk to him? And she's busy. She's already slandered God all over the world. So understand. All right, Dennis, you need to tell her goodbye. I can't. I really can't. Can't tell her goodbye. I love her too much. Dennis, but you can't keep doing this. I know. I'm saying that. I wish I could have helped her. I really wish I could have helped her. Dennis, you are going to help her by stopping helping her. That's how you're going to help her, is to stop helping her. That's not the way to help her, and she thinks that's ridiculous. She thinks that's ridiculous, but you're trying to help her, and you need to stop helping her. And it's how it's going to help her. How's it going to help her? Dennis, you are her. You're going to be her tomorrow, and you're going to be her the next day, but you're not going to be able to help her anymore, and you're going to be suffering, because you're going to be saying, how come I can't even help my mom? She needs help. She's crazy. She wants to kill you, God. Well, I know, Dennis, but I'm trying to tell you, we're both aware of that now. And how are we going to help her then? We're not going to die for her, are we? Well, no, she can't kill you. No, she can't. Well, then what the hell are we trying to do helping her? How are we going to help her? Well, you could try to kill me, Dennis, but you could have to kill God to help her. Then she'd say, that's what I want. Well, I'm telling her I can't help her, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Well, then how can you help her? I can't. Damn it.
Sorry. How about we just be on the table? Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say something. Understand, this is not going to make sense to you. Certainly, it's going to sound silly or ridiculous. And I want you to know that I am not kidding one bit. So I'm being very serious, and I'm going to say something ridiculous and stupid and unbelievable. At least that's what everyone else will say. So I mean every word I'm about to say. If you are willing to help Satan, and he says, I'm dying, my name is Satan and I'm dying, I need your help. Please help me. I don't want to die. If you're willing to help Satan, and I'm telling you Satan's going to die, and he needs your help, and he's saying, I need to live, and I need your help, then I'm saying right now, if you want to prove it, that you'd be willing to help Satan, I'm not telling you have to help Satan at all. I'm saying that I want you to take off your left shoe right now, all the way off, And if you're willing to help Satan, take it off right now and take it off your foot. And if you take it off your foot, he says, okay, then you're willing to help me in trouble. And are you willing to do it? If you could take your left shoe off right now and it does come off, he's going to say, I count that as you'll actually help me if I ask for help if I'm dying. And I'll consider that you just did me a favor. And if you don't take off your shoe right now, I'm going to say that you won't help me if I was dying. And I'm saying, if you want to save my life, all you have to do is take off your left shoe right now, and I'll consider it you saved my life. And I want you to know before you do it, though, if you take off your left shoe right now, I'm telling you, you're going to save Satan when he's drowning and he's dying. And he might be lying because he might just be seeing if you're going to actually do it. And he wants to tell you he's dying right now and he's going to be dead. So then understand, he's saying take your left shoe off if you want to prove you'd help him. And that's all you got to do. And you did help him, and he'll consider that saving his life. It's as simple as taking off your left shoe right now. Now, I don't.
I got plenty of tobacco. No rolling pin.
Yeah. I'm taking off my left shoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's not a big deal, man. If someone's drowning, I'd help them. I wouldn't care who they are, and anyone drowning and they're screaming for help, I'd help them. And I certainly wouldn't stop to ask first, who is that? Because if it's anybody that I wouldn't help, I'm not going to help them. But ultimately, I just did it, so therefore I'm committed. But I'm not done yet. Hang on. Now, if you would save the devil if he was dying, if the devil was screaming out to you right now, and the devil was saying, help me, I'm dying, I need your help, this is the devil, help me, please help me, would you do it? And the devil wants you to take off your right shoe right now, and if you would do it, if you would actually help him, he says, if you take off your right shoe right now, all you do is take it off, and once you get it off, I'll assume that you would help me if I was dying, right? And I'll say that person would, if you could take your right shoe off right now, I'll consider that, yes, you would help the devil if he was calling out and saying, I'm dying, I need your help. You would come help him, right? Then take off your right shoe right now. I wouldn't care who was drowning when they were playing, help me, I'm going to die. I'd come help him. I would do it. I would try to help him. Okay? So you don't have to tell him anything. Just take off your right shoe if you do it. All right, this is my right foot. I would help him. Anybody that ever cried out to me and said they were dying, I would help them. I'd certainly do it. And I wouldn't ask for a second, wonder who it is, because I'd see it's a person that's needing help. Okay, good. You've done it, Dennis. You've done it. You've proved it, and now you should feel good about yourself. Well, who's talking to me? Hermes. So it's not God? Well, it's Hermes. Okay. Dennis, you just did it. You just proved to the world that you would actually do it. Okay, so why should I be ashamed of the fact that I'd help somebody if they were calling out when they were saying they were dying? What if they're lying? Well, then what? Them pretending they're drowning? Well, they just want to see if you'd help. They want to find out if you'd help them or not. What if they're lying then? Okay, I wouldn't call them a liar if they're saying I need your help or I'm going to die. I wouldn't call them a liar, even if I thought they were lying. I'd say, well, okay, what is this, a test? Maybe it is. Would you help me if I'm dying? Yeah, I would. Okay. Do you know you're guilty now? Of what? You're guilty that you'd actually help Satan or the devil if they were dying. You'd actually go help them. You're guilty. Of what? You're guilty of trying to save someone's life when they're screaming out for help. You are guilty for going to even try to rescue them. How dare you actually help them? Well, wait a minute. I'm not trying to do anything wrong. I just need help myself. I'm not going to be trying to figure out who it is. I don't even know who it is. No, you don't. But do you know what you did? You took off your boot and you did know who it is. Wait a minute. It's not my fault. It is not my fault that I'm willing to help somebody that needs help. There's nothing wrong with the fact that I would help anybody that needed it, and especially someone that asked me and said it's important. I need your help. Okay, so you just proved you would help. Now, would you help God or Jesus or Jehovah if they were dying? Well, yeah, of course. So you don't need to take off your shoes to prove that. Well, do you want me to take them off again? No. Just tell me if you'd help Jesus if he was help screaming out that. Of course I would. I would. Would you help Jehovah if he was saying, Dennis, I need your help. Help me. I would come to his rescue in a second. So you would help Jesus and Jehovah? Of course I would. My God. Well, you don't have to take off your shoe to prove that. You want me to do it? No, absolutely not. Not required. Just say you would help him. I would help him. I'm kind of feeling like I should take off my shoes again. Dennis, you don't have to prove anything, and you don't need to prove it to them. We just wanted you to prove you would actually help the devil or Satan, make sure that, and you had to take your shoes off because we wanted to make sure you really would do it or be willing to. That's the best gesture we could do. Well, then I should take off my shoes again right now. You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to. I think I should have to. If I'm going to help Jesus or Jehovah, well, then I should have to take my shoes off again. But you don't have to do it. Well, I want to do it because I'm going to prove that I would do it. There's Jesus. I'd help him. He's crying out. And if Jehovah's drowning, oh no, man, I can't believe Jehovah would ever be drowning and calling out help for me. But if you ever did, I would help him. Okay, here. Now you just proved it again. Okay. So they can get mad at you for that if they want. They'd say, how dare you going to help Jesus or Jehovah? You just took off your shoes to prove it. I know. I did. I thought I should. Okay, then. If they get mad at you for wanting to help Jesus or Jehovah, they can go ahead and say, how dare you think you could even do it? I'm going to say, I'm not going to care what they think. I would do it. Okay, Dennis, you just proved a little point that they're going to have to look at. You're not guilty for wanting to help Jesus or Jehovah, and they shouldn't get mad about it. And they certainly shouldn't blame you and say you're bad because you would help them. I'm not bad. So don't worry about it now. You've done what you had to do, and you're going to have to just be done with it. Okay, but I'm telling you, Minerva, I can't help you anymore. She knows. I'm not going to be able to help you anymore. She knows, Dennis. Okay, well, what's going to happen to her? She's going to continue on thinking she could ruin any man as long as she is not going to be able to do what she does, be in charge and be a goddess. So she's not going to be getting any help. Not unless she wants to help herself, start being fair and realizing that she has to share everything, including herself with the world. So she'll have to be honest and she'll have to be real and she can't pretend or she'll be already called false. So just remember, she's not going to be able to do it. She's not going to get any help, Dennis. And she's going to be mad at you that you would save Jesus, or she's going to say, how dare you save Jesus or that you would save Jehovah? But wait a minute, she's not going to get mad at that. She'll get mad that I would save the devil or Satan too if they were drowning. She wouldn't. No, she wouldn't, Dennis, but she'd laugh at them while they were dying. You're not even kidding me. Are you telling me she would? Dennis, I'm going to tell you that Minerva would laugh at Satan if he was drowning and screaming out for help. That's what he says. He says that woman would never save me. I would actually save her, but I'd then make her owe me. And she says, oh, yeah, she wouldn't want to be saved if she has to owe me. So wait a minute. You're telling me that she's blaming me for the fact I would save Satan and the devil? Yeah, it's just because you would save Jesus and Jehovah, she wouldn't care about that. She'd just say, how dare you save them? But she wouldn't save them, and she'd laugh in their face and they'd die. That's not even cool. That's bad. She would actually laugh and she would watch them die and think it was funny. And they know that. They don't approve of her one bit. Okay, but would they save her? They say they would. But they would say, you owe me. I'll come save you, but you will owe me. Okay, wait a minute. So what would happen? She'd say, then I'd rather die. I will never owe you, you devil dog. So wait a minute. You mean she would rather die and drown than get saved by Satan and the devil? And they would help her if they'd say, they don't think I have to come over there and help you for nothing. And she'd say, if I have to owe you, I'd rather be dead. And they'd say, well, then you can continue to breathe the water and it won't only take another minute. And then when she died, she'd say, oh my God, when I was drowning, the devil and Satan were laughing at me, and maybe they were, but ultimately, yeah. And so maybe she's telling the truth. And she'd also say, when I was dying, I was screaming out for help, but they wouldn't even help me. Well, they wouldn't help you because they said, if we do help you, you owe us after we help you, and we'll talk about that after. And she said, no way. I'll die first, and I'll blame you so much more next time. That's what she does. So she's the one who won't save them and laugh at them, and they're ultimately willing to help. And as long as they're saying we get something, don't think we don't get nothing. They're not as near bad as what she's doing. Okay, well then I guess that now you proved yourself, Dennis, didn't you? I did. I proved myself. Okay, so are you feeling good about the fact that you're so stuck on doing videos for her that you can't stop doing it? Well, I was trying to save her life. Yeah, but how do you think about it? It's not going to work. I know we're talking about that. Minerva, the fact that you can keep me here right now, it won't matter tomorrow because if I come back, I'm allowed to. So I might come back and talk to you tomorrow and do another one. But but if I can actually, God's with me and He's going to tell me, Dennis, we're going to learn how not to do what mommy wants anymore. She doesn't want you to take a shower. She doesn't want you to brush your teeth. She's telling you all that stuff. I know it's like I'm totally screwed. I don't feel like doing anything, including finding a job or working or anything. I feel like it's her doing that to you, Dennis. She's saying you're worthless and you should not even like yourself. And why even take a shower? You're dirty and you couldn't get it off. Are you not even kidding me? She says that to me? She says that to you, but much worse stuff. And so when she's saying that to me, I can't, I feel it. You feel it, but you don't hear her saying anything. The feelings you have, what are they like? I feel like I hate myself a lot. And I get mad because I don't want to hate myself. Well, Dennis, why would you feel like you want to hate yourself? I can't help it. I don't know. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I think I hate myself. That's her. She's saying, don't think you're anything when you look in the mirror. She's telling you, you're nobody. Are you telling me that's why I feel that way? I'm telling you that's exactly why you're feeling that way, because she is a goddess telling you that you are worthless, and she's actually a goddess. She can do it. But her power is about zero any other way. The only thing she could do is be in you and harassing you. Well, then why don't I do what the devil would do? What do you think the devil would do? He'd say, I'm going to cut her out like a freaking disease. Well, I know, but then he would feel pretty good. He's healthy, right? Yeah, but understand that if you did that, you try to do what the devil's doing, he'll just say, I'll cut her out like a cancer. But that's not going to work, is it? No, it's not. Because the devil doesn't have a body. He can't get cancer. He doesn't even have a body. He's not worried. He can actually do something that would give you cancer if you just cut her out and say, get rid of that feminine. That's not good. It won't be good. That's how man gets cancer or something. Or you can't cut out a deity and say that just because you can't be a deity that you're not. She's still who she is. It's just that she's not allowed to be in charge. And if you try to cut her out, it's the same thing as two strands of DNA that are not allowed. So you got this strand of DNA. This is called the nuclear strand, and it's in a man's testicles. So it's half. And this strand has to get with that strand. And you got that strand. So we got this strand in the testicles. We got that strand in the ovaries. This is a mitochondrial. It's called a mitochondrial strand of DNA. And the nuclear strand in the testicles gets to the ovaries somehow through sex. And these two come together. We got this one, which is the man's, coming from the testicles. It's this. And then we got that one, which is her, and it's in the ovaries. And they come together because the sperm finds the egg. It's a mitochondrial strand of DNA, actually. It's not an egg. So wait a second. You mean the sperm is not a sperm? Nope. It's a nuclear strand of DNA. And it got it consciousness. It's actually known where it's going, what it wants to find. Wow, that's interesting. And then this is not an egg. Nope. It's a mitochondrial strand of DNA within an egg casing. And it is a strand of DNA. What happens when they get together? Well, they're told if you want to live, you will both become one. And when they'll do a little rap. This is called conception. Conception happens when two strands of DNA come together and wrap around each other. It's called a double helix. It's how life begins. It's called conception. Then life could begin. If life could begin because they have come together as one, that means angry Minerva, he says, I don't even want you to come. You get away from me, sperm. So she's doing that. That's why women won't get pregnant, because she's saying, that sperm's going to come over here and try to get in my face and try to even wrap around my... Yeah, she might say no. So when that sperm comes, she might say, you can't come in my egg. Get out. I don't know what they're going to do, but understand conception can't happen until she says, okay, fine. You know why she says, okay, fine? Because she's going to die if she doesn't do it. What do you mean? If this mitochondrial strand of DNA inside the egg does not agree to get with the sperm when it comes, it'll be flushed out of her body. And within 30 days, she'll have her menstruation cycle and she'll be flushed out of her body and she'll be killed and dead. And she'll go down the toilet. So you're trying to say that this is actually a strand of mitochondrial DNA, that's her. I'm saying that's the beginning of life, but it's only half. It's got to give it the other half. And she don't even want to get with him, but she'll have to do it. You know why she'll agree to it? Because God will tell her, do you want to live? And she'll say, I'm only a strand of mitochondrial DNA. I don't even know anything. Yeah, but do you know that you're going to get flushed out in a tampon? You're going to get flushed down the toilet? I don't even know I'm alive, but I don't want to die. Well, then you're going to couple with him when he comes, right? Well, what if I don't? Well, then when you get your period, don't think your attitude can stay, because I don't want you to reject him. Well, okay, fine. So I get to live. If you actually wrap around him and do this thing, well, that strand of DNA won't go with the period in the menstruation cycle. It won't happen. She'll actually become a fetus and a baby. So wait a minute. What happens after they actually come together? It's called a coupling. When the coupling happens, it happens to go through what's called starting DNA sequencing, and then it does what's called line for line, starting a fetus. It's called protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is when the fetus starts to develop, so all the flesh and bones and the brain and the spine develop, and all these, the toes, the fingers, everything. So when they couple together, what does that mean? They're allowed to start DNA sequencing and do the line for line building of the fetus together. And each one has half the instructions. So they have to share line for line. She puts her instruction in, he puts his instruction in, and they do this. 1, 2, 3. This is called DNA sequencing. And they're giving instructions to the chromosomes to do protein synthesis and build the baby's being created. The fetus is developing. It's called line for line instruction. They're telling it how to develop that fetus, because he only knows how to develop half the fetus. That's all he knows. She's got the other half. Do you understand that God did this? God said, I'm putting half the instructions within him and half the instructions within her. And if they actually wrap together and couple, then I'll allow them to even exist. Otherwise, they'll both be dead, because she'll be dead when she has a menstruation period and goes down the toilet. I won't let that strand live. She won't be there next month. There'll be a new one there. That's why she has her period. If she's not going to be, that's why, it's called eject that strand once a month if it's wanting to have an attitude. And understand that that's a real death. Now understand what happens to the sperm if it doesn't get to fertilize. That sperm is told, when it comes out of the penis, it is told, do you understand, if you do not find the egg, you are a dead sperm and you are never going to become a man. That sperm knows it's got a mission, and its mission is, I have to find that egg or I'm a dead sperm man. Well, you won't ever become a man. You'll just be dead. So the sperm knows that it has to find her or it'll be dead. Do you understand? The mission of the sperm is, if I don't find her and do what I got to do, I'm dead, and she'll be dead. We'll both be dead. So it's a mission from God for them to get together. And when they're doing the protein synthesis and creating a fetus, if they don't share information, then understand, if she says, I'm not going to share this, and he says, then I'll build the whole thing myself. I'll make this whole baby if you won't cooperate with me. Well, I don't like you very much, mister. Well, understand, if this happens, don't think it can't. That's why God is making these rules, to why if you want to become even alive, first you couple, and then you'll have to do you'll have to share information, and each of you has half. I want to see you make a healthy baby and share together and work together. So what happens if they don't work together? Well, then he'll say, I can build this whole baby myself, honey. If you think you're not going to help me, well, I'll help you, but you don't even know how to build a baby. I'll do it myself. You think you could do it? You'll build half that fetus, and it will be ejected from the body, and it's called a miscarriage. So why do you have miscarriage? Well, it's not by accident. You'll have a miscarriage on purpose. The body has to eject the baby if it's only halfway there, and it's dead. It certainly isn't alive. It's a blob of half a baby. It'll be a miscarriage. It'll eject it, saying, nope, they didn't even share. This one's mad at that one. So what happens if they do share? It'll be a healthy baby, depending on how much they share. Because if they actually have half and they actually give both their halves together and work together, it'll be a healthy baby develop. And because they shared well, the baby will be healthy, good. And God wants you to know, when they're making that fetus during full development, if they don't work together as they're supposed to be working together, sharing information, I'm going to punish the baby by giving it a genetic disorder. And if they're having a problem, it'll be some severity. So you're going to give that baby a genetic disorder? Absolutely. If they're going to fight and they're not going to share and get together and they're not even born yet, I'm going to say that baby's going to have problems, and I'll make it have problems. So they're going to punish the baby for their not working together? That's correct. The baby will get punished with a genetic disorder of some kind, and it might never get it. It'll just be there. Okay, great. So if they do work together and they try it good, then they'll make a healthy baby that is not sick, because when the fetus is developed, then they've shared information, right? They've coupled right, and those are the two things that will be allowed to have a baby right and healthy. So coupling and sharing information are the two things that the two things that will make them live or die. Okay, is there anything else important? Nope. Sharing information and coupling are two things that if you don't do them right, well, you're on your way to die. Well, yeah, or it's going to happen. Well, I know, but it's going to happen anyways. Why should I even couple? If it's going to happen anyways, well, it'll happen faster anyways because you didn't do it right. And if you actually do it right, you'll live longer and you'll age slower. You're trying to tell everybody that? I'm trying to tell everybody that if you don't share information properly, God will punish you for that. Okay, but what about secrets? Can we hold them? Well, you won't tell anybody what you're not supposed to tell them. But if you don't share what you are supposed to share, you will get punished. So you're claiming that. I'm showing you what God did to make sure that people can't even come into this world without doing it. He's mad about two things. None of you will couple right and become each other and get into one marriage. None of you will do it. And you're all pretending. So he said, if you don't couple, you can't even exist. And if you do couple, it's why you can exist. So coupling is not only required for existence, it's how you get into this world, because you can't get into this world if you don't do it right. So then what happens when we get to live? Then you spend your whole life trying to undo it, but you can't undo it because you can't undo. Your whole body is a coupling of two energies that are God and Goddess. So then what happens if we don't like the coupling we did? Well, at least you got to live, and you won't like it. So you'll spend the rest of your life trying to get rid of it. What are we going to do? Try to uncouple? Yes. You'll say uncoupling is how we do it. I'll say, no, you can't even live if you don't couple, and you have to do it right. That's how you exist. Yeah, but why are we spending all our lives trying to undo it then after we're born? You can't undo it. You can't get rid of her and get out. You could only push her out and hope that she gets out, and then you have to be against her. But a person that's not the devil or Satan won't be able to actually get rid of her because they have bodies, and the devil don't have no body. He gets in yours. He says, I'll take the body I'm getting in next, and they're all mine. Okay, right. So how come the devil's not going to get sick and get cancer and die or can't live? He says, I don't even have a body unless it's yours. You'll be the one that gets sick. Okay, so the devil don't care if you get sick. He says, I ain't going to get sick, and I can be as mean as I want. And I could uncouple, and I ain't going to couple with her. Well, wait a minute. Then we wouldn't want to have the devil's influence, would we? Well, right, if he's against her and hates her and it says don't couple with her, well, I'm saying, well, but I wouldn't want that? Well, probably wouldn't. So it's probably not good to have the devil if he's that bad. Well, I know, but none of us have the devil. Well, good for you if he's actually that bad. Maybe you shouldn't take him then if he's a half. So it's okay with him. He don't want to be a whole. He don't want her. Okay, good. So what happens if we do it right? Well, you'll do it like Hermes does it. You know who Hermes is? Yeah, we think we do. He's a Greek god that used to be the messenger of the gods. Hermes has this like cicadus. You know what a cicadus is? Yeah, it's two snakes that wrap around a pole. No, those are two strands of DNA. One's hers and one's his. What? You know the cicadus that Hermes has? That symbol of two snakes wrapped around a stick? Yeah, it's not two snakes. It's a nuclear strand of DNA wrapped around a mitochondrial strand of DNA, and it's what's required for conception. And if you can't do it, Hermes says you can't come into this world, or I'll remove you out of it if you undo it. So you're saying Hermes is the god of the coupling? That's what he's got, is his cicadus. That's what I call it. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but he says that's certainly good enough to him. So they're not snakes? No, they're not. But if they act like snakes, they'll turn into Asclepius. Who's Asclepius? He's the son of Apollo, the god. Apollo the god? Yeah, he has a son that's a human because he's part god, but he's a human. His name was Asclepius. He used to be a healer, and he could even raise the dead, but Zeus killed him with a lightning bolt because he said that the devil got mad, or Hades got mad and said, don't heal people. I want them to die and come to hell. I'm waiting for him. What, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. So you're telling me that Asclepius could heal people? He could raise the dead. So why did Zeus kill him? Zeus killed him because Hades said, I don't want him raising the dead. I want that sucker to die and come to hell. What the hell does he think he could do? So you're saying that Hades got mad because Asclepius could heal people and raise the dead? And he was good at it. So wait a minute, what did Apollo get mad at? Well, he did get mad at somebody. So what happened? Apollo's son got killed by a lightning bolt from Zeus for being a healer and healing too much. And Hades said, I want them to die, and I don't heal them. Let them die. They're mine. Okay, great. So he got punished for helping people. He got killed for helping people. And God killed him. Zeus killed him. So that was the son of Apollo? It was. And Apollo didn't like it one bit when Zeus killed his son. Just because he's human, part human, or he was part God. He was a demigod. Asclepius, the healer, was so good at healing, he could raise the dead. He was as good as Christ. Okay, great. So then he got murdered for what he could do. That good? Yeah, because ultimately this world is run by Hades, and Hades has the underworld. And ultimately Zeus had the overworld, which is the upper world. So Hades and Zeus were two brothers that had the two realms. So you're trying to tell me that Hades is like the devil thing? It's the same thing, but the devil's like Hades. Yeah, he's the ruler of hell. And the devil says, I can't wait till you die. I'm punishing you, and when you come, I'm waiting for your soul. I want it now, but I'm impatient. That's not really fair, is it? Well, the devil don't like you because he thinks you're doing wrong. First of all, you're being against him, and you're in his realm. But wait a minute, this is not hell. Well, this world is hell of a hell of a world, don't you think? And Hades is mad at you, thinking you won't even recognize him. Well, I know, but why is he trying to kill me? Well, that would be for why. So what happened to Apollo? And why did he die? Well, he got mad at Dad for killing his son who he loved, and he taught him how to heal. So do you know that Hermes is also mad at Zeus for that? What do you mean? Hermes says, I was mad too at Zeus for what he did because I taught Asclepius how to heal. So you're saying that Asclepius was taught how to heal by Hermes? Well, yeah, but he was actually the son of Apollo, and Hermes liked Apollo. They were brothers, and that's why he liked Asclepius, his son. And so Hermes was friends with Asclepius and spent years and years trying to help him heal people. So Hermes said, I made that man. I helped him heal, and so did Apollo, and Apollo is the god of healing. So why in the hell did Zeus kill him? I told you, because Hades complained that he can't wait for his souls to come to hell, and what is that guy doing healing him again? He don't want to wait that long, and that's pretty sad, isn't it, that you would help and get killed for helping? Apollo got so mad, you know what he did? He went and killed the giant that makes the lightning bolts of Zeus. So where Zeus's lightning bolts come from a giant that used to make them, and so he used to make the bolts for Zeus. The bolts of lightning are weapons, and they kill gods. They're so strong. And so Apollo got mad at his dad for killing his favorite son, who they spent years trying to help out to teach heal. And even Apollo, the god, didn't know that Hades was going to actually want to murder his son just because he could heal people. Well, Hades would say, no, it wasn't just because he could heal people. He raised the dead. And I told you that I told him he could heal people, but if he raises the dead, he's not going to be able to live because he can't raise the dead. I want him dead. When they die, I want them. You can heal them, but when they die, don't come and bring them back. Are you kidding me? So Hades was, yeah, you can heal him, but you can't bring him back. And Asclepius didn't listen to Hades. He thought, if I can heal him, why can't I bring him back? Well, Hades said, don't try it. And he asked his dad, can I try it? Apollo didn't even know he was talking to Hades. Apollo said, well, why not? Try it. So Apollo said, it's not fair that you killed my son just because he's a good healer and he could raise the dead. You killed him. So Apollo got so mad at his dad and his uncle, Hades, that he went and murdered that giant that was building Zeus's light bolts, his dad. And Zeus liked that giant. Well, that was one of his, Zeus was the guy who made Zeus's weapons, forged his own weapons. Well, that was one of his giants. He loved that giant. Well, then what happened? Apollo murdered him. So wait a minute. Apollo murdered the giant that actually made the lightning bolts that killed his son that came from Zeus. Well, that's what he did it for. And ultimately Zeus found out that his iron, what do you call him? His Aerosmith, whatever you call him. Yeah. Apollo killed him. So Zeus came and found out that my son killed the guy who makes my weapons. He's dead. And Zeus said that's just wrong, son, because I told him not to raise the dead. And Apollo said, you know what? He can't even hardly hear you. But he asked me if he could do it, and I said, try it, because you didn't tell me you can't. You were going to kill him if you tried it. So Apollo was mad because he told his dad that, why'd you kill him? That's my son. We taught him, Hermes and me taught him for years how to heal. We wanted him to be alive and do it. But he tried to raise the dead. We told him not to do it. But you didn't call me and tell him that to stop telling him that. You just killed him. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Apollo's son, but your son's dead. It's too late. Well, then Apollo said, I don't like you anymore, Dad. And Uncle, you murdered my son. And ultimately, Apollo ended up dead over that later. And then Zeus was killed after that. Later, much later. So then Hades is still alive today. He never died. Hades is alive today? Yes. Hades is called the devil, and he's perfectly alive, and he says, I never died. I killed them all. You killed all of them? I killed every one of them. So there's none left, just me. And now I rule both the upper world and the lower world. And now they call me the devil, but I used to be called Hades. So where's the God that is worshipped in this world? Well, you really want to know? Well, I think people deserve the truth, at least, even if they're crazy and call me crazy. At least they deserve the truth. Well, understand that the God's not fair, and he certainly will kill you if you piss him off. Well, first of all, you have to have an understanding that whatever God you're worshiping, well, if you think he's loving, well, then maybe I'm not sure what you're thinking. So you're trying to say there's no loving God? Well, if there is, he's in heaven, and heaven's the place you go when you die. And if you're here, you're not dead. So you're trying to say heaven's a place you go when you die? Well, it's true. So God's up there, and if he's alive, that's fine. But if he's here, I would kill him. I'm God. I'm the only one that's going to exist, and make sure I removed them all. So there's only one left. And now I don't have to worry anymore. And I did it a long time ago. So then there's no gods that are good, is there? I think I'm just fine. Okay. That's interesting. So why are you even able to be powerful? Why isn't the good God kill your ass and win? I told you I killed him first. He's dead, not me. So who are they worshiping if they're not worshiping you? You really want me to tell you? I think they deserve the truth. I told you that. Well, they won't believe you, and they might get utterly offended that I tell you, because they can't handle the truth, but you can. But I think you should tell them. Because if you do tell them, then we could say, well, at least we told you. So don't think when the world goes nuts next month that you didn't know. Because that's what they'll say is, we didn't know when the world's ending. We didn't know. You never told us, God. Well, if I tried to tell you and you wouldn't even listen. Well, why don't we give them the benefit of the doubt? Tell them, God. You won't listen to me, none of you. And you're worshiping idols. You know what that means? It's a symbol. They're worshiping something that doesn't have a spirit in it. And now it's actually the collective they're worshiping. The collective, what's that? The collective of the religion is called a spiritual collective. It's comprised of everyone in it. And the spirit of the collective is as a whole, the whole religion. It's an actual entity. It's comprised of every individual that's in the religion, all as a whole in the spirit. It's the whole religion it's called the collective. It's a spiritual living spirit. Okay, so it's made of all the people in it. Yes. So is it God? It's their God, but because there ain't God, there ain't no God. So they're worshiping a collective. It's themselves. So that's what they're worshiping. That's what they're praying to. That's what they're worshiping, the collective. Okay, is that okay? Well, it's as okay as it's going to get. They wouldn't recognize me. They're worshiping their own collective that's gathered to recognize Jesus. And it's in the collective, but Jesus is not in it. They're in it, and they're worshiping Jesus. He's up in heaven. He's not here. So you're saying that they're worshiping a God that is not in the collective? Well, it is in that it is in their minds in the collective. It's all about him. They got a whole collective that's honoring Jesus, but he's not there. They are. So where is he? He's up in heaven with his dad, and heaven's not anywhere near here or the collective. So then, wait a minute, you're going to allow them to do that? Well, that's fine because they're going to do it anyways. But they're not worshiping me or recognizing me one bit. They won't do it. So you're God, and you're saying that the world is worshiping a collective? Well, yeah, their own collective themselves. They're worshiping themselves as a group in a collective that's all of them at once. It's an entity. It's not me. It's not mine. In fact, I got nothing to do with it. The fact that I let it exist is I'm pretty nice, God, for being bad. because I could kill it all and them too. So I allow them to do it, but I already told them they're wrong and they know it. Okay, so if they worship you, who are they worshiping? Well, they're not worshiping their own collective and themselves. If they're worshiping me, they wouldn't be worshiping a whole collective. They'd be worshiping one individual. It's called one God. He wouldn't be a collective of one. It would be one entity, and it's all by itself. And so they're not worshiping a whole bunch of people at once. And that's themselves. They're worshiping God, and it would just be me, and I'm only one entity and only one individual. So then they're not worshiping anything but one entity, and I'd only be one. They're worshiping the collective. It's all of them as many entities, and one entity is all of them at once. It has nothing to do with me. They're worshiping themselves. I'll let them do it. Okay. So then you're letting the religions exist. Is there any religions that are actually worshiping a real essence? Well, if there is, then they're actually worshiping a spirit of some kind that's alive. But if they're actually worshiping a memory that's in a book, if Jesus is actually alive, then his spirit is actually alive, and then they are worshiping a real spirit. But if Jesus died on that cross, and he did die, well, if he got resurrected, then he had to go up to heaven after that. He couldn't stay here. So if he got resurrected, he didn't stay around. He would have went up to heaven, where you go, where you die. He's ruling up there. He's up there with Dad ruling. They're not here though. I'm here and you're here. So you're trying to say that these people are praying to a God that's somewhere else. That's right, they are, and I'm letting them. They're not praying to me or even acknowledging me. And they're here with me, and it's my world, not theirs. So they're actually like denying the God of this world. They are. They're actually calling him a devil and saying he doesn't deserve to be followed. Well, that's not really fair, is it? Well, I think not. What do you think? Well, if you're really the devil and you say you're God, this is your world. This is where I punish people and I kill them, and I kill them again and again. Let me ask you a question, mister. If this world is the world that Jesus rules and Jesus is in, and Jehovah rules it and Jehovah's in it, why do we have a plague called the coronavirus that hit us last year? Why would Jesus and Jehovah hit us with a plague? I don't think it would. It wouldn't be right. Well, wait a minute. What if it was right? And how could it be right that Jesus would throw a plague on you? I wanted to ask you another question, mister. If Ukraine is born with Russia and they're fighting and killing each other right now, why is it fighting? Why are they fighting like that? Well, I know. Why are they? Because I want them to. Because it's going to be a showdown. Either Ukraine or Russia's going to get it. Let me tell you, both of them are going to get it. They are getting it right now. Okay, so you started that war? Why start every war and every conflict? In fact, you all are dying from aging process, and that's also a program, and it's not natural. Because I put you in those bodies and said that I'm going to burn you like a fuse, and you'll die within less than 100 years. Guaranteed, buddy. So you're trying to say our bodies are like a punishment? Well, you could be thankful for them while you're in them, but I won't let them last. I make them die slow. I program the body to die slow. It's an actual program in genetics, and I programmed all your genetics. So you programmed us to die? Yeah, slowly over 70 to 100 years, I programmed you to shrivel up and die. I demanded it. So you're saying the aging process is not natural? No, it is not. It is a program that I put in there. It says kill him slow, and he'll die and shrivel up and look like he's old, and yeah, he'll eventually shrivel up. So you're punishing us by putting us in these bodies. I am. So would Jesus or Jehovah do that? Do you think he would? Well, maybe we're not being punished. Maybe the aging process is natural, and getting sick and dying is just a part of life. Oh, you think so? No. I'm killing you slowly, and you're being punished, I promise. Okay, that's not even cool, but I'm telling you, why don't Jesus and Jehovah have anything to say? Well, do you think they would let this world be like this right now if it was their world? Do you think we'd have all this conflict and disease and death happening? No, I don't think that Jesus would allow it. But they all think he would, and they say he's a good God. Do you think Jesus would allow what's happening? He would not. Do you think Jehovah would allow what's happening? Absolutely not. He would absolutely be not okay with it. Do you really think that Jesus or Jehovah would not be okay with it and would allow that? I say that they would, if they were gods of this world, they would not allow any of that stuff to happen to us. If they did, they wouldn't be good gods, would they? Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not the gods of this world. I am, and I'm the bad one. So wait a minute, you're doing all this to us. I told you I am. I'm admitting it. And it's the way it's going to be. Well, damn, how could we fix it? You can't fix it. You're being eternally punished. when you die in that body, I'm going to give you another body and I'm going to give you another chance. What do you mean? Well, you can accept me and you could know who a God is and I'll let you have another chance. But if you're not going to recognize me in this life, I'll kill you and you could be a baby again. And then I'll let you have another chance to recognize me. But while you're going to deny me in my domain, I'll kill you over and over. As soon as you won't recognize me, I'll let you be born and then I'll give you a chance to recognize me. And when you say, no, I'm not going to do it forever, I swear, I'll say, you sure? And then I'll kill you for doing it. You understand? For not doing it. So you're giving everyone a chance to recognize you. I'm giving everyone a chance to recognize who I am. And if they call me a devil dog and a stupid butt because of Minerva, I'm going to punish them all and I'm going to punish her the worst. This world's being punished. Yes, it is. And don't think Jesus and Jehovah are doing anything unless you think they're bad, because they are bad. This world's bad. We're all going through hell. Okay. So why would I want to support the devil and be his friend? Well, I don't know. Would you accept your God if he said, I'm the God of this world? Do you pray? Okay, so wait a minute. I want you to do something right now, and I'll tell you how to find out who God is and how to find God. You pray to God and say, God, please show up and talk to me right now. If you're real, God, please do it. I want you to know that if you really mean it in your heart and you pray to God and you say, please come show yourself to me, and I want you to be real. I want you to know if you do it and it's actually you meant it 100%, he's going to check. I'm going to say that if he comes to you and decides to show himself, it's because he heard your prayer. So I want you to know if you pray to God and say, please show up. I want you to know when the devil or Satan comes around and says, hey, you just prayed and you're hurt bad. You're begging for God. We're here. I want you to know if you see Satan or the devil show up and say, I heard your prayer. Are you okay? I want you to just not be afraid. I want you to just say, look, I'm not going to run from you. Are you going to kill me? No, I heard your prayer and I'm coming to help you. But you're the devil and you're Satan. What are you doing? You ain't God. I've been listening to you pray now all day long and you've been scared. I can tell you're scared and you're hurt and you're needing help. But I'm praying to God. I'm praying to Jesus and Jehovah. I'm telling you, where are they at then? Are you telling me you're God? I am the God coming to you. I heard your prayer. I heard it. Did they hear it? Well, I hope they heard it. I'm telling you they did not hear it. Or maybe where are they? So you're telling me that you're God? Well, I'm telling you I heard your prayer and I'm showing up. Is there anybody else showing up? No. But I'm afraid of you. Don't be afraid of me. But they say you're bad and evil. I am really bad. But I'm helping you, so don't be scared. Okay. So if the devil or Satan shows up and they want to help you, don't run so quick, because maybe they might decide to help you, but the reality is, why should they help you when you're praying for help? You wouldn't help them. Wait a minute. Did you take off your shoe? Let's give one more chance. Right now, if you take off both your shoes, if you take off the left one, you'd help Satan if he was dying. If you take off the right one, you'd help the devil if he was dying. So if you take off both your shoes right now, and I've already done it twice, so I don't have to do it. I'm saying if you take off both your shoes right now, it'll be a symbol that means I would help them if they were calling out dying, and I would help them. And they're going to say, if you could take off your shoes right now and prove it, then we'll count that as actually you would. And then we're going to say thank you that you would help us. But if you don't take off your shoes, it means you're going to deny us help right now, which means if you don't take off your shoes, then you said, no, you can't help us. Or whatever you said, if you don't do it, then you didn't. As silly as it may seem, I'm telling you right now, do it. Then I have to do it again? No, you don't have to do it. You already did it twice. I'm telling you that if I do it again, I'm taking them off again. One more time. What are you trying to do? I said I'm trying to save them. But Dennis, you already did this twice. I know, but you're telling them right now that they have to do it. And what if they look at me and say, is he doing it? Okay, fine. So you're going to do it a third time? Yes. Okay. I just make sure that they're going to try to do the right thing. If they do what I'm doing. Now I proved it. I'd help. I'd help if they were dying. That means they got to do it too if they'd help. Okay, well, I think I did the right thing, right? What was I going to say? Okay. Well, if I did anything wrong, I'm sorry. I was just trying to prove I'd help. I didn't want anyone to think I wouldn't. I didn't want to dare not take off my shoes and prove that I wouldn't, because even someone would say, he didn't do it again. Well, I did it 3 times now. Now, understand, if you took off your shoes, you would agree that you did help the devil and you did help Satan. That's what you said, so don't think you didn't help him. You would help him. So you admit you would. You just did it if you did it. So what's good about that? They're saying thank you. We actually say thank you. You would actually help us and recognize if we're dying, you'd help? Yeah, thank you. We can see that you did it. We're saying thank you, and we'll help you now because you helped us. Well, thank you. Awesome. I should feel good about this, right? Well, not really, because what they're going to do is say you're a devil worshiping Satanist. And if they do it, they're going to be in trouble. Okay. Okay. That's just her. Mom's doing that? Yeah. That's mom doing that. She says, that fool, look at him. Mom's trying to make me look like an idiot because I won't let her go. So wait a minute. What are you supposed to be doing? I was supposed to be ending this video already. But why don't you do it? Because I'm telling you, I'm dumbass because I won't leave my mom. Not going to get rid of her. Well, then I don't think you're going to be appreciated much. Yeah, but I would. Yeah, but then I won't. Why am I not being appreciated? Because you shouldn't be continuing. You've already told her everything, and you're trying to say, Mom, what is there left to say? What do you want me to say now? Do you think that there's anything left? I don't know, but I feel like she's telling me that there must be something to say. I love you. I wish I could. I don't even know what love is. Never even experienced it my whole life. Never seen it once. Never known it. I never felt love for anyone. Felt like I'd rather love a guy than a girl, and I'm not gay. Isn't that strange? I could actually love a guy, but I'm not gay. But a girl, I don't even know what love is. I could, but I don't even. The idea of loving a girl, well, that's foreign to me. I'm like, well, that'd be great. I'm not gay, so I wouldn't want to love a guy. But if I do love him, it's not sexual. But I could love a guy. What about a girl? I could if I ever did it. Never done it. I can't. It's just I wouldn't know what it feels like. That's because she's never loved you once, and so you've never felt love once. You're trying to tell me that I feel love because she's loving me. She's not. But she don't love you. So you've never felt love, have you? Well, I don't know about that. I've never felt love. I'm telling you, Dennis, that you have never felt love in your whole life because she does never love you. If she loved you, you would feel the love she's given you. She's given you no love, especially over the last 7 years. Is that why I never felt it for a minute? Yes, but Dennis, why didn't you say that love is wrong and it's bad and she don't love me and she hates me and she hates herself too and she don't even know that? Well, you did say that, but I understand, Dennis. Why don't you just say love is not even real? I'm not saying it's not real. What I'm saying is I've never felt it one time. But Dennis, we're telling you, she has never loved you one time. You never felt it then. You can't feel love if she doesn't give it to you. So she gives me love. If she gives you love, you'll feel it. Well, I wanted to feel it. How come I can't feel love? She's never given you any love. She won't give you any love. So you can't feel it. Well, that's not even fair. Because how do I feel love then? You don't. Not unless she gives it to you. She won't. So that's not even right. She won't even give me love. Wow. Wow. I love you and I care about you very much. As much as I can't feel it, I mean it. I meant it. And if I don't feel it, I'm frustrated too. And maybe I'm not lying. I'm just saying if I'm feeling it, I'm not feeling it. You're going to say that I'm not sincere. I am sincere. And you don't feel it actually because I don't feel it. You have to give me love so I can feel it. And once you give it to me, I will feel it. And then you can ask me if I have any love for you. And I'll say, I want to, but you got to give it to me first. And then I'll feel it. And I'll say, yeah, I do. If I do feel it, I'll tell you, I do have love. You gave me some. And now I feel it. It's for you. Well, Dennis, you better tell him that you don't, if she doesn't give me any love, you can't feel any love. Okay, I did. That means you're waiting for the love she can give you. If she gives it to you, you feel it. If you feel it and you're feeling it, and she asks you if you have any love for her, you'll say, yeah, if you gave me any, I'll have it, whatever you gave. So do you see what she's doing to you, Dennis? What, she's not going to give me love? And she doesn't give you any love. And then she asks you have any love for her. And why not? Why don't you have any love for her? And you'll say, I don't know. I'm frustrated. It's because she won't give it to you. And then she's going to ask you if you have any. And she already knows that you don't have it because she won't give it. She's going to say, you're wrong. What did I do? What am I wrong about? She won't give you any love. And she knows that. She knows it comes from her. And she knows that she's the one that could give it or not. And she knows, and she's saying, I ain't giving him nothing. And then she comes up to you and says, you have any love for me? And you'll say, what if I don't? No, I don't think so. Why don't you love me? I don't know why, but I don't feel no love for you. I'm mad, maybe. Why? Because you're upset with her that she'll actually do that to you. Do what? She'll actually not give you any love, so you don't have any. She knows that. And then she'll say, why don't you have any? You're wrong. You won't even love me? You'll say, you won't know. Just tell her, what did I do wrong? Well, you could either decide you don't care anymore because you don't understand, or you could blame her for being such a bad goddess that you just slap her upside her head. Mad, mad, mad. Okay, what? I'd get mad as a dog, as a devil dog. What? Because I'd say, woman, if you're going to withhold love from me right to my face, I don't have any for you because you didn't give it to me. But if you did give me any at all right now, I'll take it and I'll tell you what it is and I'll give it right back. And I'll say that I'll love you as much as you love me. Right now, as much love you give me, I'll give it right back. She's giving me nothing. And then she's saying I'm wrong for not having it. If I get any from her, I'll have it. She's the one who gives it to me. She knows it. She's being wrong. And like what you would call a witch. She's saying I'm wrong, and she knows she can do it. She can make me wrong. She does it. Okay, but that's messed up. Yes, Dennis. It was really messed up. But you're being that you think you could. Why don't you just, Dennis? You can't help her. I can too. Don't tell me I can't. Dennis, if you realize that every day you could sit on this video every single day and you could try to help her, but you're not going to help yourself, and how can I help you then? Because I'm not going to keep doing this. But don't you know tomorrow she'll make you do it again? I think maybe you just told me that, so I don't think she can make me. Because when I feel like it tomorrow, maybe I'll say I'm not going to do it even though I feel like it. Do you think you'd do it? I don't know. It's going to be hard because I'll be like, I really feel like doing it. Well, then I'll be there to tell you, Dennis, let's not do it. We're not going to make any more videos anymore after today. I'm going to be like, what can I do? You understand? It's not going to be this disappointing. I wanted to make these videos and be helping her, but I can't do it. Yeah, Dennis, because she's making you stay on this one. I can't end this video. Well, Dennis, you could do it, but you'd have to cut her off. She says if you cut her off, it's proof that you did it. So if you cut her off, she's saying that if you actually cut her off, that you are so wrong, and if you cut her off, you're going to prove it. So what? If I end this video right now, she's saying you can't end it ever. You have to sit here and be a fool all day long. Okay, so how long do I stay on here? She wants you to stay on all day. Okay. But there's what? And much, she says if you end the stream, she's going to say he cut me off. Okay. So is there a way I can end this stream and not cut her off? If you say that if I end this stream, it's a bad stream and I don't want to come back and do it again. But what if you can't control yourself, Dennis? Well, she's pretty strong. I feel like it'll be hard. Yeah, you won't feel like taking a shower tonight, will you? I wish I did. I take a shower and I get mad at myself. I say I have to take a shower and then I get mad. That's her doing that to you, Dennis. She says you're a dirty dog. Why do you even need to take a shower? Don't take a shower ever. She does. I feel like that could be true. Do you understand what she's doing? That's not right. Dennis, she makes you feel like a loser and do nothing. Well, I know, but I'm not a loser and I do lots of things. I know, but Dennis, she's got control of your feelings. She does, because I'm trying to love her and she doesn't love me. And I don't have control of her feelings because she doesn't have any feelings for me. She has feelings only for her. That's why it's hard to control hers. She's winning and I'm losing because I'll still have feelings for her tomorrow and the next day. But right now, I have feelings for her and she's screwing them all up in me. So, Dennis, what are you going to do? Get rid of the feelings in you? If I do, it's okay, right? Well, it should be okay, Dennis, but tell them what happens if they get rid of her. Actually, you could die and you can get sick and die and get cancer and all kinds of diseases. Why, Dennis? Tell them why. Because as bad as she is, you're not supposed to do anything but love her and forgive her. And hopefully she doesn't try to kill you. Or, yeah, hopefully she behaves. And if she gets some love, well, I don't think you could love her. I tried it. She doesn't love me. But I can't hate her and go to war with her. I can't do it. Paulo says I can't do it. If I do think I could do this anymore, you're saying, but he's going to help me do something better. Okay, so Dennis, you're trying to tell her you don't want to fight her? No, I never wanted to fight her. She likes to fight me, though. Okay, so I won't ever win. I'm going to have feelings for her tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And they're going to be feelings like, don't brush your teeth. Don't take a shower. Why even change your clothes? Who needs a job? And your job sucks anyways. Might as well quit it. Let's be a homeless man and let's do nothing. Well, that's not even true. I do have a job and I didn't quit it. Yeah, but don't you struggle? I do. I don't even like my job, really. I'm saying that I just have a job because I'm doing it. So I have it. So it sucks when I'm feeling like I don't even want to be at work all day because she says this place sucks and you suck and you shouldn't even want to work. You should want to go home. Why don't you quit? And I'm thinking, damn, no wonder I don't even like working. Yeah. Okay, but wait a minute, Dennis, tell him the truth. I did tell him the truth. No, you didn't. Tell him the real truth. Okay. I'm not going to let her control me anymore if she can't. So what are you doing, Dennis? Really nothing. Because she's got me and I got her and she doesn't want to help me at all. How can I win? You can't win, Dennis. She won and she likes it. Well, how did she win? She says, you've got my feelings and I could manipulate you. Yeah, you can, but why you make me feel all bad and wrong and everything wrong? Because I don't like you. Well, why don't you love me and then make me feel good? Oh, you didn't do it yet. Well, if she does it, I'll feel it. So I'll tell her if she loves me, I'll feel that you love me and then I'll love you back. But not until you love me first, because I have to get the love from you so I can feel it and say, I got it. And then I'll give it back. So it's how you give it to me. It's why I'll love you. I'll love you because you love me. Do you understand? You understand how it works? If you don't give it to me, I won't have it. Not ever. So how could I give it back to you? It'll be my fault. You'll blame me for not giving it to you. And I'm saying that you're the one that has it. Give it to me first. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. So I don't think they interviewed and understood what love was. Okay. I have to get off this stream now because God told me to get off. Hermie said we're going to end this stream now, Dennis, and tell her you love her and you wish her the best of luck. And if I talk to you tomorrow, it's just because I wasn't able to not do it again. So I'm going to try not to keep doing this. I'm going to try to stop doing this, okay? And I'll hopefully I will be able to do it. All right, see ya.